Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. And if you look around, you can see our surroundings are a little different. Why? Because we're in Martha's Vineyard, and this is a cottage that we've been staying in for a few days.
I love the surroundings. It's serene, it's peaceful, and I love being here in Oaks Bluff and going to the Inkwell in the mornings.
Right, and we're going to give you a little bit about what we've done since we've been here, so you'll see a little bit of on that. And then you did a segment with MSD. Mm-hmm. We talked about the car show and, of course, the Destination Smooth Jazz.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The morning show is the best that there is, period.
Yeah, Chad, don't you make me.
Oh, I ain't working around. We are here as usual.
That's too much. This the one.
We right here.
You wake up and catch me from 6 to 10 on your number one station for R&B, Magic 101.
You know, they have a group here that's been taken to the water every year since about 1945, 46, and they're called the Polar Bears. I got an opportunity to take a part in that, so take a look at this piece.
Good morning, Polar Bears. Polar Bears of Martha's Vineyard is a historic group started in 1946 by a group of young men and women, black workers, who came to Martha's Vineyard to work. Because they had to work day and night to be here, they swam in the morning, early in the morning. The original group was a group of swimmers. And over the years, they added the exercise group, which I joined about 31 years ago. When I joined, my instructors were in their 70s and 80s. And a colleague of mine, Ellen, and I kind of saw the writing on the wall and decided as they faded, somebody needed to keep it going.
89, 90, 91.
So we're one of the most democratic organizations on the island. We're like the geese. When someone's not available, someone moves up. When I fall back, somebody moves up, takes over the class. You know, we are intergenerational. Our oldest, that we know of, our oldest polar bear is 90 years old. And we've inducted people as young as 18 months was our youngest inductee in the mother's arms. But we've had kids as young as 4 years old with their swimmers on being inducted in the water. There's a lot of mythology around Inkwell Beach in terms of how it was named. Some people say it's because of the seaweed, because if you come certain times of the year, the seaweed is very dark and inky looking. Others say it's because the Harlem Renaissance writers came and dipped their pens in the ink. But I've been black for a long time, and I know that was called the Inkwell because black people came here. And so that term of Inkwell is now celebrated because it also acknowledges the presence, a long-term presence of people being here, surviving and thriving. Well, the African-American presence has been here for quite a long time. It was known during slavery times that if you made it to Martha's Vineyard and got down to Aquina, the Native Americans would protect you and get you to New Bedford where you would be free. Cross-country skiing, power moves. So I tell people I hate to get up early and I hate cold water, but there's something about the fellowship and the spirit of being in this group and the starting your day in the ocean, which is, I think, just an extreme blessing. We celebrate the ocean, we try to protect it, and we love being polar bears. It's a wonderful experience. I hope you come and join us.
It was a lot of fun. There was like 275 of us that got into the water. It wasn't real cold, but it was a unique experience, and especially when you capture all the history that's surrounded with it that you saw in the piece.
I just want to ask one question. What was it like when you first made impact in that cool water.
Right. You know, it really wasn't that bad because I was expecting it to be a lot colder, but it was nice. And, you know, you're surrounded by so many people and the camaraderie. It was just a good time.
And it was a beautiful sight. All
Yes.
the beautiful skin tones and just the whole culture and everything was around. It was just wonderful.
Yeah, and from doing that to doing Pilates and everything else at the waterfront, it was a perfect morning. We'll take another break and we'll be right back.
Be the morning rock. Because you won't want to get out of the car when the Streets Morning Takeover is on the Bill's #1 for hip hop.
Early in the morning.
96.
Hi, my name is Lauren Horton Yates. I'm a digital media specialist here at Louisville Water, and I am in charge of the company's social media accounts and digital media. I found this opportunity. I used to work in the news, so this was a great transition. Our vice president of communications, she runs our department like a newsroom, so this was an easy transition for me. The most satisfying and the best part of this job is that every day is different. I get to interview employees as well as people in the community, a lot of our community partners. And I also get to cover a lot of community events as well. We have award-winning Louisville Pure Tap. There's no need to buy bottled water because you have great tasting, some of the best tasting water in America coming right out of your faucet. This is a great place to work. We have excellent benefits. Even though we service more than 1 million people, this is actually one of the smaller companies. We have around 500 people. So it's actually like a family here at Louisville Water. Advice I would have for someone looking for a career in digital media is to never stop learning. There's always new opportunities to take part in, and there's always something new around the corner. So just taking those skills of writing, journalism, as well as videography, and using them for the public good. When I travel, I try to take a Louisville Pure Tap bottle with me because we have some of the best tasting water, and it's hard to beat that on the road.
You got an opportunity to catch up with one of our major sponsors, which is MSD, and they do so much in the community. So tell us what's going on.
I had the opportunity to talk to Executive Director, Mr. Tony Parrott, and basically, because MSD provides our community safe, clean waterways, so let's just take a look. In our community, we have safe, clean waterways, and that is provided for us by MSD. And today, I have the pleasure of speaking with the Executive Director of MSD, Mr. Tony Parrott, and we are out at the Patty's Run flood pumping station. We're going to talk about MSD's rate increase and what the funds are used for. And welcome again to Urban Lifestylez, Mr. Tony Parrott.
Well, thank you for having us. We're always glad to be on Urban Lifestylez.
I find this segment to be very important to a lot of people, and thank you for doing this. It's bringing a lot of clarity. One of the things is that MSD's board recently approved a 3.9% rate increase for Jefferson County. So what does that mean exactly for the customers?
Well, our board did approve a 3.9% rate hike for fiscal year 26. It's effective September 1st. And so basically, every year when we announce our preliminary rate proposal, we have a public comment period, and we listen to the community, we listen to local leaders, and actually the 3.9% is actually 1% lower than it was projected to be. So we took that feedback from the community very seriously, and this is going to provide us an opportunity to support our operations and support our major capital program, but we did have to make some adjustments to be able to make that work.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Now, I am curious about how was MSD able to get the rate increase down then?
Well, what we did was we looked at our capital plan next year. Our capital budget is $309 million. And for the next 2 years, we have major projects like Patty's Run going on behind us that are already in construction, and they must be completed. So what we're doing is shifting some projects toward the back end of the 5-year window. and then we'll be reprioritizing some other work that we need to do. Secondly, we're looking at our operating budgets, and we're going to be looking at reducing some of our operational spend. We're targeting about $4 to $5 million of reduction in our operating budget. And so it's going to minimize the number of staff we can hire in the future. It's going to minimize the number of positions we can fill. But these are the steps that we're taking to be more efficient for the community.
Because I know when it comes to the public and our community, a lot of people want to ask about rates, but I do have to ask, why does MSD need to increase these rates when they come?
Well, we've said this time and time again. The primary driver of our rate increases are the capital requirements that we have under our federal consent decree. And right now, 91% of our capital plan is mandated by the federal government. And so we have to perform this work to be in compliance with the Clean Water Act, which is a federal law. And so all this work that we have to do should be wrapping up around 2035. So we have several more years of work that we must do. So we're trying to balance, how do we make sure we're in compliance with the regulations, but how do we make sure we're minimizing the impact to our community? We're always concerned about affordability and to make sure that folks aren't being hit so hard. Everybody's being hit with higher groceries, higher gas, high electric bills. And so we take that into consideration, and we're doing everything we can to minimize the impact of the community.
So in all that MSD does, and it's essential, the services that are provided for our community, and we understand all the procedures and protocols in place, there are people who still can't pay their bills. What does MSD have in place to help these people?
MSD does have a customer assistance program. We actually have two separate programs. Our board approved funding for our senior citizen discount program. And for those that are senior citizens over the age of 65 and they meet the federal guidelines for qualifying, they can get a 30% discount in their sewer bill. And so we encourage all the senior citizens out there to go to our website and to look at our senior citizen discount program and apply. Secondly, we have a wastewater assistance program, emergency wastewater rate assistance program for other folks that may qualify for that as well. They can go to our website and sign up for that. And if they qualify, again, they can get a 30% discount in their sewer bill. So we're doing our part to make sure that we're providing programs. In addition, we fund the Community Ministries program in partnership with the Louisville Water Company. And that agency provides assistance for one-time assistance for those that may need help with their water or their wastewater bill. And so we're going to continue to see how we can continue to lobby for a program called LIWAP, which is a federal assistance program that Congress temporarily funded last year. And so we're actually fighting in Washington right now to get that permanently funded, and that will be another arm of support for local ratepayers.
So of the many projects that MSD does, why are they needed?
Well, for example, this Patty's Run project, it is one of 16 flood pump stations that we have in our system. And they're needed because they protect the community from flooding. This year, we had the 8th largest flood in the history of our city, and our flood protection system protected our community. And now we have to make sure that we're not only upgrading these necessary pump stations, but in some cases, we got to go back and replace pumps and do other things to get ready for the next flood season. So it's a continual cycle of investment so that we are protecting the community. We have another large project down at Morris Foreman, which is a $260 million biosolids replacement project. That project is $260 million over 3 years. And we have these projects, and they're very complex, very large. And we're trying to make sure that we prioritize the project so that we can continue to protect the community.
You know, as we always say, Tony Parrott and his team, they do so much in terms of, you know, helping those that are less fortunate, and the great work continues.
The whole MSD is so committed to the community in a lot of different ways, and also to help those who need the help, and when it comes to finances and whatever services. So please always contact MSD for any assistance that you may need.
We'll take another break and we'll be right back. I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And join us for Destination Smooth Jazz 5 at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. One special night with bassist Julian Vaughn and saxophonist Jasmine Gint.
It's going to be Saturday, September the 6th, and we're bringing back that old Walnut Street vibe, the best in smooth jazz, culture, and more. Now, there may be others, but they're not like this.
Get your tickets now. As you know, Robert and Stephanie Holmes, they have been working with the car show since it came in town so many years ago, but for at least the last 25 years, they've been bringing people of color over to their home to celebrate their love for cars and their passion. So take a look at this. Well, we have been here a number of times, and it is for the street rodding. I was at the finale for Holmes Street Rod Party on August the 1st, 2025. This is Robert and Stephanie Holmes. Welcome back to Urban Lifestylez. We have covered this event a number of years, and I know you're sad because this is the last year, the 25th year. And why is it coming to a close?
Well, it's kind of bittersweet. We said at 20, she said at 20 years it was going to come to a close. Well, I squeezed out 5 more years. But Max, I don't think I'm gonna get 5 more out of her this time. So it's bittersweet. It's time. 25 years has been a good run. And I think we've accomplished what we set out to do with this event.
So tell everybody who may not have been around with some of the other episodes and we've covered you, how this all got started.
Well, 25 years ago, Stephanie and I would go around to different cities and we'd meet a lot of African Americans, several African Americans in different cities, and when they decided to bring the Street Rod Nationals to Louisville, Kentucky, we said, well, why don't we invite them out to our house? Well, 25 years ago, 2 cars showed up. We sat at our kitchen table. I went out and got a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. 25 years later, there's probably 90 cars here, 300 people, and everybody's having a great time.
Stephanie, I know you're having a great time, but this has to be a lot of work. So tell me, what's your team like for getting all this done?
Well, I have a committee that helps me out. They help serve, prepare the food. We have a chop night. They come over and chop all the vegetables and pick all the green beans. We fry cornbread and cook cornbread, and we just do a lot.
And I was looking at the menu and I saw catfish, I saw fried green tomatoes, I think I saw alligator.
Right, we have a friend from Birmingham, Alabama, Munchie Petway. He brings his grill, he trailers it, and he fries the fish, does the alligator, does the ribs. He has fried green tomatoes, corn on the cob. So we have a lot of help, but just prepping for it, that's what wears me out. You know, running to the store, we gotta go to Sam's. I get to Sam's and have this big thing that I have to take out. I'll put it in the car, come home, and help unload it. But the last few years we've been going there together, you know, and having water delivered. We had the water delivered from Kroger this year because, you know, we had to get all the water. Plus, we're getting old.
But that just means you all are just doing it so well. Well, we're still at the car show, and I'm here with Thomas Pennick, and he has been at all 25 of Robert and Stephanie Holmes' event. And tell me how that meeting came about 25 years ago.
Well, me and my friend Robert Young were coming to the Nationals, and we ran into this guy walking around, didn't even have a car, just walking around kind of lonely. We just started talking to him. And then after that, he wanted us, we had several guys with old cars. He wanted us to ride through the old neighborhood to show off our cars. And we took us to all the old neighborhood, took us to a restaurant. Then he wanted to organize. Told us he went and bought a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and came back and sat in his kitchen, and we organized a little group. And that group and expanded to what you see today.
Now, where are you originally from?
Birmingham, Alabama.
And so do you make other trips like this, or is this like one that's on your list that you never miss?
I never missed this, but I make other trips. I went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, 45 years in a row. And we go to Dallas, Texas about 4 times. We went to Columbus, Ohio about the last 10 times in a row. We got a lot of shows we go to, but Holmes go to most of them with us. He go to Columbus. Only show I ain't been with Holmes yet is Frog Fighters. You know, the Frog Fighters in Missouri.
So what was so appealing to you? What got you into, restoring cars like this?
Well, what got me into it was I got drafted in the Army, and I had a 38 Chevy Coupe in my yard. And I kept saying, when I get out of service, I'm going to fix it up. But when I got out of service, one of my buddies told my mama and moved it to his yard, and we had a little falling out. So I made a point to go find me another 38 Chevy. But I couldn't find a 38 Chevy, I bought this 37 Chevy. And prior to that, I used to go to drag strip. I've been in the cars all my life, but I love that coupe, so I got this coupe. And Holmes always wanted a 34 Ford. He finally got that 34 Ford. You should have seen it was a piece of scrap.
On September the 6th, you do not want to miss coming out for an evening of smooth vibes, smooth music, smooth culture, because Destination Smooth Jazz 5 is on its way.
And it's going to be a fantastic evening. We've got Jasmine Gant and Julian Vaughn. We have got cigars. We've got wine and spirits tasting. So everything that you could possibly want, and it's all happening under one roof at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. You can get your tickets at eventbrite.com or at Better Days Records. Get your tickets now. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be smooth. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back.
The morning show is the best that there is. Period.
Yeah! Champ! Don't you make me...
Oh, I ain't working around. We are here as usual.
That's too much. This the one.
We right here.
You wake up and catch me from 6 to 10 on your number one station for R&B, Magic 101.
One of my favorite segments of the show, of course, is My Swaggy Wag, which is done by our daughter, Tyler. She always brings us something informative or something in with a lot of entertainment. Would you say?
Yeah,
No.
definitely.
Anyway, I always learn something. So this time around, let's just take a look.
Hey, it's Tyler here, and it is the end of summer, and we are talking about what we are going to wear. It's getting chillier, but we are finding ways to warm up and look cute. Now, whether you're going to Martha's Vineyard, going to Hilton Head, staying just right in your local area, or heading to another beach, this is what you're wearing to be chic and make it effortless. Starting off easy, accessories. White sunshades at the end of summer are going to make a pop for any outfit. Next accessory that I'm loving right now are scarves. Tie them around your head, around your neck, make them like a bandana or a headband. Scarves are so cute. Anything knit or crochet is going to take you from the summer into late August and September. You can pair the same type of knit top you had over the summer with jeans or still keep a matching outfit. Absolutely love knit and crochet. And the men, it had the men in a chokehold too. So I saw a lot of men in the knit tops, the knit shorts and pants, and I really love the look, and I think it's going to stay. Now, solids. Solids are going to elevate anything you do, whether it's solid black, solid white, just solid colors. And remember that scarf I was telling you about? There it is again. I put it around my neck. You can never go wrong with white and denim. Never, 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 never. If you don't want to be too dressy, if you don't want to be underdressed, white and denim is going to get you there every time. And my girl Nina Johnson always nails it. She also wanted to talk about some pieces that are very, ooh, what is she wearing? Who was that? So this is Jacques Mousse. They have a high price point. However, everything I'm talking about today, if you Google it, you can always find them on secondhand or resale. And I think these are those statement pieces that you want to have in your repertoire. That was Jacquemus. Next up is Awake Mode. How clean is this look? I love it. And I can do the same thing. I could have put a cream blazer on top of this dress to tone it down for this event, but Awake Mode has statement pieces. Again, their price points are higher, but I would just Google them and find it secondhand, or also find, inspired by pieces. But we're looking at clean, solids, and abstract accessory type heels, things like that. Last but not least is Nina Ricci. Absolutely love her pieces. Now, Nina Ricci has been around since 1932, and the different designers that have been at the helm of the company have revamped it here and there, but something is very standard about their style, their elegance, and their avant-garde pieces that just hold the test of time. Now, I found an inspired by top for $100 on Miu Miu. Happy shopping, happy end of summer.
It's always great just seeing what Tyler does, and she's covering so many genres now, from a realtor, being a parent, and fashion, fashionista, you name it, she's pretty much got it unlocked.
But I always learn something new because I always want to stay fresh, as they say.
Yeah. And you said she keeps you on point, and
Yes.
she does a great job.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
She takes after me.
You are correct. And speaking of, since as we said, we're in Martha's Vineyard, so we're going to leave you with some of the sights and sounds that we've experienced so far. You know what? I think that's our show.
Oh, and that's our time.
And we'll see you back here on Urban Lifestyles. And remember to take the shot.
Bye.
Bye.